Well, good evening, and glad you can make us. Ooh, your hat turned out nice.
It did.
Yeah, we're just going to have to get some bobby pins for it.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about because it's supposed to be part of a Turkish outfit for
Uh-huh.
because it's part of the video I'm doing for Tessiomancy. That one's supposed to come out in March. God help me if that video doesn't come out. I've spent way too much money on that video. It better set me over. It better give me some subscribers. Like that's what I gotta
Well,
say.
it will. It will. We're going to do some PR behind it. You're going to talk about it. We're going to work on it. Good evening, Jennifer. Good evening, Brenda. Hope you have your cup of coffee for coffee chat. So last week's coffee chat was just supposed to be me and Dottie catching up, and then she brought up that she wanted to work on her business this year. And I'm like, so do you have a business plan? And she was like, no.
I did work on that a little bit. I actually did at least jot down some notes. I did the questions, like answer these questions kind of things.
Uh-huh. So
It was for my. Go ahead.
do you have a business mission statement?
I don't have a particular mission statement. What I have is problems I'm solving.
Okay. Well, do you want to go down that list real fast?
It's pretty short.
Okay.
I'm trying to be different from the standard talking head psychic videos.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what I wrote. Good God, I've managed to screw up spell checks so badly. I have no idea what that word was supposed to be. Oh, and clear out some of the elitism around spirituality, because there's no.
Gatekeeping's the new word the kids are using, that we gatekeep people.
Well, yes, it's you. I guess I'm old now, aren't I?
Yes. Yes, we actually get to say kids. The kids now call it gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping, yes. The elitism, the gatekeeping, that sort of thing. Well, you're not.
Yeah.
You don't have the same. I don't expect everybody to have the same level of spiritual awakening. Otherwise, there'd be no money in it, right?
Right.
But also, there really is this whole holier than thou vibe that even I catch myself doing sometimes. Like, I'll get in a conversation with somebody and they'll say something I think is stupid, and I'll be like, forgetting that I have, been practicing since I was like 16. So of course I know that's stupid. I shouldn't expect somebody who has no idea what they're doing to know that was stupid, but.
Right. And, there comes a line. But, for me, my business mission is always being, always ready to give a real reading. That turns into my tagline. Are you ready for a real reading? Because there is so much in this business, in my business, and your business too, of what I call bullshit readings.
Yes, people sit down people come to us for entertainment.
Right.
And sometimes people do bow to that. I call myself what's called a trench reader because I'll read just about anywhere, anytime. That's part of why I developed the whole palmistry thing, because that needs. If you've got a hand, we can do a palm reading.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I do understand what you mean, because people will take that and make it more about the show and about pleasing the person than actually giving them the message that they're supposed to be getting.
Well, not only that, but I had a few. Actually, I had one last night come to me, and she's like, "I've spent a gazillion dollars on readings. None of them ever come true. And everyone always tells me I've got a dark energy around me and they need to remove it."
Oh my God. Then
honey,
remove it. Then remove it yourself, honey. Nobody can. That's another thing.
No. They wanted, literally, the woman said, "I'm about ready to write this psychic a $5,000 check to remove this entity that they say I have that's been blocking my luck." Do you know that I hit the roof? There is a reason the roof in my office is wood. It's the only roof and the only ceiling in the house that's wood. And it's because I can't break through it. If I could have came through that computer and just grabbed hold of that poor person and went Are you in there?
That, it is crap like that that does give our profession a bad name.
Right.
Like,
bad name. It's give us a crappy name.
right.
Right.
If I get I just don't understand. And that's another thing. Like, if you've got a dark energy attached to you like that, $5,000 in one session is not going to get rid of it. You need therapy. Like, there's a whole lot more going on than just having some dark energy attached. It's got to attach to something. You got to work on yourself. That's not going to you can't just peel it off somebody like they're a banana.
Right. And here's the thing. I've read for close to 30 years. Matter of fact, next year I think will be 30. I've seen 2 people that has an entity attached to them, and they weren't coming for a reading. They were coming because their life was shit.
I have had people come to me that were scared because they did have a being in there. I always hesitate to use the word entity because it's taken on such a connotation.
Right.
Everybody thinks you say entity and you're thinking that you're stepping into one of these ghost hunter videos.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had people come to me and they're like, things are moving, lights are coming on, I don't know what's going on, can you help me? I'm like, okay, honey, let's do this. Let's figure out what it was. One time, I remember this is funny. I go into this house. I'm like, was there a house behind here that fell down? And who took the land from an old man? Found out that this old man had lost his property. He died on the property. And during the Great Depression, all that happened. His property got taken in taxes after he died because nobody claimed it. And he was pestering the shit out of the son because he wouldn't get a job.
Right. He wouldn't do things. But that's not what they are trying to describe. They're trying to make it seem like, a demon has attached themselves to you and they're sucking out your luck or your love or whatever. Demons have got bigger things to fry around here.
You got to have something a demon wants.
Exactly.
That's not even how they work. Like,
that's not how they work. They aren't for the average man or woman or non-binary, whatever label we want to put on it. I get told, like Brenda, I get told all the time, oh, you've got such dark energy around you. You've got a dark cloud. And it's like, no, that's my natural shielding.
I think Brenda said something just a bit close to that as well. Like, people say I've got a dark cloud. What did you say? People say I've got a dark cloud around me. Much evil. Told her it was me. That's funny.
Yeah. Especially with Brenda, because I'm sorry, she's probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met. We'll talk about the law of vibration here in a minute.
So here's one of those geeky kid things. Like when you're 18 and you've been practicing your magic for just a little while, but you're definitely not an adult yet. And you go out into the world. Like my first year in college, we had this game where we would throw up a psychic wall and the other person had to guess qualities about it. Like we would do something like you would try to envision like a flower wall. And I had a buddy who kept doing actors. I'm like, I don't know these people. How the hell am I going to guess them?
Ashley, if it's about business plans, yes. Otherwise, I'll be taking those questions, regular psychic questions tomorrow night. Exactly. They're scammers. There is no dark chakras. There are no chakra. Your chakras don't get blocked. They may get stubborn and stuck, but that's when there's something in the physical body reacting to them, i.e. you have a heart condition or high blood pressure, and your heart chakra looks like it's closed off.
I do think that the chakra, I mean, you can feel bound up in an energy point, but I also got to tell you that it is nice to have somebody guide you through that. I do believe in things like Reiki, and I do believe that there are professionals out there that are working magic with you to help you clean up your energy. There are reputable people who can do that. But there's a lot of people who want to try and do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. It is a growing, healing process.
Exactly. But it's not a $5,000 process.
No.
I don't know a Reiki practitioner on the planet that charges $5,000. So, we have our mission statement. Yours is to, stop the gatekeeping or trench read as you need to. Mine is giving real readings with no bullshit or dogma.
I'm going to work on my mission statement.
Right.
Actually, I think I have a statement. I think I made a statement, but I can't remember what it is because I put it in my not my first video, but my intro video for my channel. It's my statement of intent, and it's like this long, but it's very specific because it's one of those, because I created it, and it's a statement of intention, so it's part of the magic. So every time somebody watches that video, it helps boost the signal. Like, that was the idea. Like, it's one of those, it was kind of a sigil video.
Right. So once you have that, then we got to get to the business stuff. You made the comment that you need 3 months of income before you could leave your day job.
Yeah.
And take on to your real job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's our streams of income are we looking at being your real job? Other than YouTube that pays you 3 cents a view when you get 10,000 subscribers.
All right. Here's the thing. Like, I'm thinking I have started opening up my Facebook to do readings on Thursdays and Fridays, because right now those are only my only real free days to do readings. And I know that realistically as a psychic, that would probably be more how I make my money. Unfortunately, I think I have a tendency to, I don't know if people, like, when I read for somebody, I give you a set of things you got to work on, and people want to come back for another reading, and I give them the same reading because they didn't fix the problem I sent them away with.
Not your problem, honey. Sorry. If they don't work, you keep giving them the same reading. You don't change your reading to make that, you give them a true reading. So.
People don't like that.
They'll get over it. I repeat myself 100 times. Some of my clients are in the chat. They can attest to that. They get told the same thing until they fix it.
Right now, I'm trying to reach the 1,000-point mark. I don't expect really to make any money except for maybe the occasional reading and the occasional like dream catcher or jewelry, which I may start back up, but I haven't done that in a long time because everything I've got creative wise has been going to my channel.
Okay.
I got, yeah.
It's time to get in some numbers. I'm going to use it as an example. You use your real numbers.
Okay.
Everybody watching this, use your real numbers. You take the amount of money you need in that month. Let's say, and you've got to set a hard number.
Is this take-home pay or plus taxes?
No, this is a right out of your checkbook to pay your bills and your taxes.
Okay.
And buy your food and your cigarettes and your coffee and pay your cell phone bill and whatever you got to do with that. Take that whole number there. For the sake of discussion, we'll say it's $4,000.
I live cheap. Mine is 2.
Again, we're saying for numbers it's 4,000. Because think about it, you got gas, you got car insurance, you got car upkeep, you've got to replace your computer, your phone. Promise you it'll get there.
I'd definitely like to make $4,000 a month.
You can. It takes a little bit of focus. All right. So what's your average reading cost?
About, for the full card deck, about 15 minutes is $20, 25 bucks if there's no deal going on, 15 if I'm shaving it down.
So you go for 25. So you take and you divide that by the 25.
I'll break out my calendar because I'm old. Or calculator, God.
Uh-huh.
English is my first language, but you wouldn't know it. Mercury retrograde is having a fit on my phone.
That's okay.
Okay, that's 80. So
80
that's
readings.
how many I have to do in a month.
Yeah.
80 readings.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
You can do that. You can do it easily.
Hell, I could do, because I mean, like I said, I'm a trench reader. I love it when they're back to back. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Now we're going to test that. What's your work day?
My work day right now, it's 8:30 to 4:30. Ideally, like if I made this a thing, I wouldn't want to get up until 9 o'clock.
I know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now. So you're getting up Monday through Friday.
Yeah, I get up Monday through Friday. I am at work at 8:30. So I get up. My alarm clock starts yelling at me at 6:30, and I smack it around till 7.
Okay. So when do you get off work, have dinner, and a cup of tea or coffee, and can sit down at your desk?
I don't plan anything before 6 o'clock.
Okay,
that's
great. So what time are we going to bed?
11:30.
Okay. So 6 days a week, because you want to set a pattern to where you have 1 day a week off all the way through.
Right. So 6 p.m. to, 11:30.
Right.
That would probably be, I usually take Thursday night off because Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is when I try to bust out my videos. Like, I've got to get my editing done. And then Saturday and Sunday are my big Dottie the Psychic days because, like, unless I'm doing something with a family, which I'm going to say that, I had a complicated relationship with my ex, and he stopped me from seeing my family. So I never let anything get in that way.
Right. Well, that's understandable. You got to understand you're not going to get booked every appointment slot. Promise you. Okay. So, see here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because you need an hour and a half to calm down and get a shower and all that fun stuff. So 4 hours each evening. And within those 4 hours, you can fit in 8 readings. So 8 readings times 6 days is 48, and there are 4 weeks in a month. That's 192 readings if you block every slot.
I'm not going to be able to block every slot, but
no. What's our goal for the month?
80.
Uh-huh. So you're providing double the amount, not counting in if you do an event on on Saturday or Sunday, or extra time in there. You can do this.
Yeah, I can. I think, I'm. The other thing is, I know I have to. This is the one problem I got, because then if I did just this, I guess I'll work around it.
No. Not work around it. What's your other problem?
My other problem is that my YouTube channel is my passion.
Right.
More than anything else, not just from YouTube, but that is my base. Like, I'm thinking, Patreon, I'm not big enough to sell merch on it yet. I've got to break that 1,000 mark, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, which I just hit 200 watch hours a couple of days ago. I was like looking at my feed. I'm like, just like, which is pretty amazing to me.
Right. So you have 192 slot hours to edit video, or do a reading or film a video.
Okay. Yeah, and then if I have a reading, I can just switch over and do the reading and go back to the just slot it out. Okay. Yeah, I can make that work.
Yeah, you can make that work. And if you said you needed 3 months income in your checking account, that's how you get 3 months income. Which, by the way, I would recommend 5.
5. I know the standard is what I was taught was 3, because like if I get 3 months built up, you're probably right. An extra 2 wouldn't hurt, especially if I plan to do a project or something right after that.
Get sick, need a vacation, need to replace a car, need to replace a roof.
Yeah, saving up, which is something, that's one of those things that I don't know, I keep thinking about my ex-wife, but anyway, that's like something I've always wanted to do, was to build up my savings and stuff, because that was one of the things we can never do.
Right. Well, and you can do that, but you have to be in control of you. And I think we all learned that from if you haven't, go watch the Wendy Williams stuff. Anything on Wendy Williams, you can see where a man will fuck up your business in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So according to the information on YouTube, you need a minimum of 3 videos out a week. One of them should be a live that you can do on both YouTube and Facebook for your PR.
See, this is where it depends on the kind of video you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Because my videos are more theatrical and in theory usually have more editing involved.
Uh-huh.
They want them once a week.
Right. And exactly. You're going to do a theatrical. I would set a goal of doing a theatrical once a week.
Right.
The live is unscripted. You just flip the camera on and start talking. Like, make you a list of topics, throw them in a jar, and just pull the topic. And that's what you're talking about that week.
It's not a bad idea. So actually, right now, this is my structure, because I've actually put a lot of thought and work into this structure. I start off, because I cannot keep up pace at that many videos. If I was doing only this, then I could put out a really nice theatrical video once a week. But I'm never really probably going to be able to put out more than 1 video a week, because I put so much into them. But I've got it structured so that I do low impact, potentially high impact, low impact, high impact video. So like my low impact video, like my prediction videos, not to say that I don't put a whole lot into them, but I can do those in literally an evening.
Right.
In theory, 4 hours. It takes 20 minutes to film, 20, 30 minutes to film if I'm not choking that night, which happens. Right. And then like 2 or 3 hours to edit.
Right.
Yeah. And then the high impact film is usually, I'm trying to put more into my causes of the month.
Right.
Which I still haven't. I've only started shooting, so I've got this. Like after I get off this live stream with you, I'm going to have to shoot my cause of the month video so that I can spend the next 2 days editing it.
And
sometimes those are my huge videos. Like this one isn't going to be the biggest one because it's not. But like some of my best videos are those cause of the month videos, like the interview. I did the death video. I did WHO, the World Health Organization. I did a bit like the Who's on First bit. It was cute. I thought it was adorable.
I thought it was adorable.
And then another low impact one.
High impact videos are great. love them. But I would keep that to a minimum of once a week. You're doing a high impact video. You're shooting an off the cuff live video and giving sample readings. Her channel is Dottie the Psychic. I will go and grab a link so we can give you some PR.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm actually up to like 70 videos, and very few of them are lazy. Like, there's a few where I'm just like, oh my god, did you see the hexing the moon trend there for a minute?
Did you see me going off about hexing the moon?
I did not see your video on it. I honestly thought I said my bit and buried for a minute because I was like, my head, something broke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the hexing and moon thing, and it pissed me off, and I went off on a psychic coffee shop. And then I also went off on death witches. I was like, what is this crap?
Death witches, what's that?
Apparently, they're witches that believe that they have died.
Like in a shamanic way, or do they think they're zombies?
They think that they have already gone through the death, like shamanic way of death. It is the most dumbest, stupidest thing I've ever heard or listened to in my life. It's all over TikTok, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I could go like one or two ways on this. Like, I totally understand why that could be just completely outrageous.
Uh-huh.
On the other hand, I do know people who have had near-death experiences and have found great enlightenment in it. I'm actually getting ready to do a video talking about some of the shamanic death rituals that are pretty ubiquitous throughout human history. You think about it, some of our first Roman tales are about, I can't remember the guy's name. The guy went down for his wife, fucked up, and turned around and lost her.
Agreed. But at the same time, this is not a type of practicing witchcraft. You do not almost kill yourself to do a spell every time you go to do a spell.
No. That's stupid. That's stupid. Like yeah. Are they transing to death, or are they actually like swallowing something, or
basically it's the same thing as the LSD witches of the 70s, where they had to be high to practice. And I'm like, no, you do not go and do rituals in a graveyard because you think you should be there. We've all had, a lot of major psychics have had death experiences, out of body experiences. There's astrotraveling. There are multiple ways to reach the dead. Matter of fact, you normally don't have to reach for them because they're right there for you. You, however,
more than willing to wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. Dottie, I'm going to let you take this one because I can't say this one nicely.
What is hexing the moon about? It's about some goddamn nonsense. That's what it's about. Like, honest, sorry. I know that's, sorry, God. Sorry, God. I know that's not your fault. But what happened there was, so I did a video on this. So if I get the facts wrong, go back and watch this. So I tried to track this crap back because the first thing I saw was a bunch of people exploding on, I think it was YouTube. They were blowing up about people trying to hex the moon. These baby witches trying to hex the moon, don't know what they're doing. I can't believe people out there trying to hex the moon. Really? Who's trying to hex the moon? What idiot? I tried to track that back down. So it was based off it was based off of a BuzzFeed article about a TikTok video. No, wait, take it back. It was based off a BuzzFeed video that was based off a comment that was supposedly on a video, a TikTok video, and I never found that TikTok video. I found the comment that was made on Twitter. The comment was on Twitter. I'm like, you have crossed 5 social medias we have lost this, okay? I don't know. And apparently not only they were hexing the moon, and then they were gonna hex the Fae next to prove a point. That point being, people are stupid.
No, that point being they will get 8. There is a lovely bumper sticker that used to be out, and I don't know if it still is. It says that you taste nice with ketchup and are crunchy. Do not mess with the affairs of dragons. You don't do that with Faye either. And the moon, my goddess, she probably laughed the hell at you and said, "You are stupid. Here is your lot. We will have a generation of witches curse a horse."
I agree. I agree that anybody who was stupid enough to do that is begging to get their ass kicked. But I also understand that one of the basic tenets for most magical people, like unless you're taking a dark left-handed path, in which case still aren't that they try to pride themselves on intelligence. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's stupid. That's my thing. I don't know anybody that's stupid. We couldn't, and you can't trace it back to anything real. So I think it is genuinely made up drama. Somebody said some new witches were saying some crap. Who? Where's that video? Nobody can bring it out. You can find the article where somebody's complaining about baby witches doing stupid shit, but nobody can find where they were doing stupid shit.
About hexing the moon and how they were going to hex the moon. They weren't the originals of this. You can tell they're not the originals of it. You can also tell, like with the Death Witches, I don't know where they got this concept from. I think they were reading some things about death and the view of death and how, witches help people cross over and got lost somewhere in there. Like they've skipped a few pages. But this happens. This is misinformation that we go through, and it drives me up the wall. It's like plague witches. No. Witches work against plagues because we get tired of being burned.
What is a plague witch?
A plague witch is supposedly a witch that is reincarnated to work with and to help heal the plague. Like, that is their only reason to reincarnate on Earth, is to be part of the plague.
Okay. Okay. I'm done. I'm out. Well, I've got these lovely pearls I'm going to put in this wig.
Oh, those look gorgeous.
I know. And it's like, because this is my ghost character. So I'm going to rework the wig because it's just like, look, she's learning.
You look a little dead and like she's been laying down, so that kind of works.
So I'm going to work these pearls and these lights into the wig to give it a more ethereal kind of thing going on. You can't really see them in this, but they show up better on my regular camera.
Right.
But I got some really beautiful metal pins, and the whole character, like, I'm going to do, like, I've got, rather than doing, like, the clown white foundation, I just found a super pale foundation. And I'm going to do, like, the whole, like, my eyes, the whole thing's going to be kind of dark. I'm going to put just as much under eye makeup on as I put over eye makeup so I can give that hollowed out look. And then everything else is going to be pale. And I've got this white dress I've made and white tights and white go-go boots and a little white bouquet and some pearls. And this, like, veil thing from, like, the one thing I saved from my wedding.
Well, that should be interesting.
If nothing else, it'll be pretty.
That's the important point. Okay. So we know how many readings you have to do a month. You have to do 80 readings. Once you get to yourself to 80 readings a month for a repetitive of 3 months, you can even talk about quitting your day job.
And hopefully by then, like, I'll actually be getting money from, like, Patreon and maybe a couple of bucks from YouTube. I never really expect that to take off, but,
Well, again, but you're also going to look at other sources of additional income.
Right.
Okay.
I definitely want to get back and see. I want to get back. I want to make another deck. Like, I want to publish a deck. I've decided, but not the deck, not the bar deck. I want to start, like, just maybe maybe once a month, sitting down and painting a couple of, like a suit, planning out a suit. I don't know, because the first deck I made, I was stuck in the bar like 3 or 4 nights a week, bored out of my fucking skull. So that's how it came about. There's an insane amount of time. It took 3 years.
Well, I've been working on a deck for about 5 years. I finally found an artist that will work on the cards for me because I can't draw stick figures. So that's working out great. But make your own deck. Make a deck. But then you've got to PR the deck. Okay? Now we have to work on the other few. So you're going to have that stream of income coming in. Maybe it's Patreon, maybe it's other things, but that doesn't take away from the 80 readings a month you've got to get.
How am I going to see? This is the thing. I'm not real great. Oddly enough, as boisterous and attention-seeking as I am, I'm not great at advertising myself.
Honey, it literally is a statement. You go in on your Dottie the Psychic page, you enable Facebook appointments.
I did do that. Do that.
You change your hours to the hours that we just prescribed so that people have that availability to book. And then you just go in there and post, I'm taking appointments. My readings are $25 per 15 minutes. If you want, and if they book and it takes 30, it takes 30. And that's $50. You make hard borders on your prices. Okay? I know we all have that hard trouble of doing that, but you're worth $100.
Thank you.
For an hour worth of work, you're worth $100. Granted, you're like me when it comes to readings. It takes a lot for you to need an hour with me.
I just realized, I don't know if it's the makeup or the lighting, but my eyes look lopsided.
Honey, it's the wig. It's heavier on one side and tilted back than the other. So it makes the whole face look lopsided.
Okay. Just trying to figure
out. It's an optical illusion.
So I just realized how bad it was. I'm like, Lord, what happened to her?
She's done 192 readings in a month, and she's now starting out another month in our busiest season of the year.
Oh, yeah. February.
Yes. We are in the middle of, this is what I call the run for the Dark Rose. Up until February 15th, we're normally very busy. By the way, I'm glad you're going in August for your vacation. Because October through February, forget it. That is work, work, work. Oh, yeah, let's make some more work.
I have been really busy lately. Like, I haven't done any readings per se, but I noticed that everything else is suddenly picking up because I'm also planning on going back to school. Like, I am in the application process to Marshall.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that'll change your reading schedule, but that doesn't mean that you can't do readings. That means that you go on every day. And let's say that, something changes in your normal Tuesday is 7 to 5 p.m. is 7 to 11. But you're not going to be able to take readings till 9 p.m. Make a post on that. You get them from your own following. You get them from your postings on your page. We're going to get to that. You need to figure out 5 different things to post a day on your social medias. Thoughts of Dottie the Psychic. Why
I don't have that many thoughts.
Yes, you do. Weirdest stuff I get attention from. I get more attention. I can sit there and do this amazing article on psychic development. I'll get 5 people read it, maybe 7. I take a picture of my dinner and post it.
100 likes.
100 likes. Appointments booked from the dinner.
You know what? I feel because if you don't have a picture, you might as well be spitting in the wind. Nobody, too long didn't read. It was 3 sentences, too long didn't read.
you get into the other quagmire. The other quagmire is they stop paying attention to pictures. Or Facebook starts deassociating your pictures. I posted in 2 events. Just posted the event, didn't say anything, just shared the event. 4 and 5 views. I go looking down in the group. Other people had posted like a paragraph with a picture or just a paragraph. Everybody in the group saw it. It was every viewership. Here is the difference. It's going in there and just posting. Just saying you're there. Just putting your schedule up. And literally just go to Pybay or whatever and make you a schedule post, a schedule picture, and you post your schedule. Yeah. I'll send that to you. It's a free graphics site.
Okay.
And you can go in and drop your pictures. But on average, you want to post 5 pictures a day. Or 5 posts a day. And that's on all your social medias. You can post the same thing on all social medias because you do not probably have the same following on all social medias.
I think if I just post, because if I just post 1 a day, then that'll be more than what I've been posting by a lot.
Right.
If I could do a TikTok a day, that would be.
Well, and this is the thing with TikTok, and this is why I'm going to be putting some energy into TikTok. Because you can then take that TikTok, post it to your Instagram story, which will share it over onto your Facebook story, and you can download it and upload it to YouTube for a YouTube short, and then it can get posted over to your Twitter account.
Do you do that automatically, or?
Well, it's a share to share to share, but yeah.
It's actually not a bad idea, because I have been seeing your TikTok videos on YouTube.
Yeah. And guess what? I have 1.5-hour videos. I have 30-minute videos. I have 15-minute videos. People are watching the 45-second videos.
Yeah. I've been trying to work on the length of my videos because I want to try and get over that 10-minute hump.
Average YouTube viewing audience is 3.5 minutes.
Right.
So what can you tell me in 3.5 minutes?
Actually, you can tell a lot of things in 3.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So, remember we were talking about 3 videos a week? One of them is your awesome Dottie the Psychic. Let me dress up and look pretty and behave and do a full script. And I've got this fully down, planned out. 3 days of editing with extra strength coffee. Another one is a live stream that you do sample questions on. And then another one is a 3.5-minute video. It could literally be, this is how I keep my cards. This is how I clean my cards. This is what I do with my crystals. Y'all, look at this new wig. I'm sitting here and styling it and thinking about all the positive energy I'm putting into it. This is how you
that's what my TikTok is, like all the little quick things. I'm trying to do more like the behind the scenes thing on TikTok, so you get more real
Right.
I haven't decided. I've kind of got a tier going for my Patreon. I honestly can't do any more videos than I'm doing. Like I budgeted out exactly how much energy I have for this, and I put a lot.
I know you do. And I get that. That's why I'm giving you ideas of things that doesn't take a lot of energy. Sitting there at your desk talking to me doesn't take a lot of energy. Sitting there at your desk and talking to your viewers doesn't take a lot of energy. Now, let's talk about your Patreon. What's tier 1?
My Patreon. I have one patron I've had for 2 years.
Great.
So the first tier is sort of like extra videos. Like if I do a bigger video, there's me squawking in front of the camera like a chicken or something to try and get the nerves out. So, there's, all the bloopers, all of me just acting like an ass in front of the camera. And sometimes it's pretty funny. And I'll edit the bloopers as I'm editing the main video. So it's not a lot of extra energy. And I put that on Patreon. And so for $1, you can see that. And I'm thinking about also putting like a monthly blessing on there. Just,
Okay.
a quick video.
Mm-hmm.
I've been batting that around, but I haven't had anybody, like literally the one Patreon I have on there is a friend of mine, and I know he doesn't check it regularly, so I haven't been doing that. So there's that. And then for the $5 tier, two of the $5 that I get, like for anybody so it's tier 1, tier 5, you get everything from tier 1, which is just the extra content.
Right.
And then 2 of the dollars goes to the cause of the month.
Mm-hmm.
$10 at $10, $2 goes to the cause of the month. You get all the extra content, and I'll put your name at the end of my video.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty fair, and that's it. That's what I got.
Can I make some suggestions? It won't take that much energy.
Sure.
Your $10 a month one, give them a 5-minute reading.
I'll definitely have to limit those because eventually, hopefully, I'll be too big to do that. It's the idea.
You can change benefits on Patreon at any time. Now, are they getting early access to Dottie?
No, because I have not really been able to get ahead, which is something I'm trying to work on.
Okay.
Because right now I am like this video that I'm working on. I'm going to be shooting tonight after we're done talking. Is coming out Thursday morning. Which is part of why some of them look so terrible. But I've actually, since I've developed that schedule, I've been trying to make sure I at least hit that mark. And I'm hoping to get to the point where I'll be a couple of weeks ahead. So I've got one in the can, one going out to Patreon, and one going out on YouTube. That's the eventual idea.
Right. Okay. So you just need some focus there to get that done.
I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, because I started to try and do a yearly reading, and I got up till September. There's kind of this vague nebulous feeling around September. So I might be able to do good prediction videos, like do 3 or 4, do like March, April, and May, and maybe even June in one day, and have those ready to roll. So that I can use those weeks to catch up on other videos so I can get them kind of lined out. That's kind of the plan. I don't know what's going to happen in September, but I couldn't see past it. I don't know if it was just too off in the future yet, because this was last month that I did it.
Right.
So I may do it again.
A lot of things can change in 9 months.
Yeah.
Yep. So there could have been too many opportunities or options there.
Right.
I have looked at Cameo. I don't like their payment structure.
Cameo. Oh, is that the one that's no, it's not. That's, what is it?
That's the ones that's like, hi, especially like the blessing videos. Hi, so your mother ordered you a motivational message, and I thought that you would really enjoy that each day you can change your mind. Not my style.
Trying to think. I know I'm going to try a couple of those psychic. I know you said there's like a few of the psychic hotlines that you sign up with. That are a little bit more reputable than what I was thinking of as psychic.
Okay, so the best one on the market, the biggest one on the market is Keen.com. It'll take you a while to get on there.
Right.
Wispy, yeah. Wispy is another one. They're coming back alive. It can take you a little bit to get on there too. Because again, it's a review process.
Right.
Kasamba is a $50 investment, or it used to be a $50 investment. It may have went up. You get that back, but it's for them to verify everything. You get it back if you get on. If you don't, they keep the money.
Right.
Right. Bob Ormond's, I don't know if he's taking psychics right now. He may. That is a 1.5-year process, and you have to do real test readings, and they run a background check and everything.
Well, by the time he got to me, I'd have a big enough name that I wouldn't need to do that. Gotta keep your dreams up here, man.
I know. The best one I think you should try for is Keen.
Keen. I remember you showed me the Keen, and then there was another one that, because I still got where you did the live stream on my channel. I went through and all the links you sent me afterwards, I posted them. So sometimes I go back and I'm like, I keep meaning to go back and look at them.
Yeah, go back and look at them. They're really good.
What was the one you were talking about where it connects all your social media so you can just post
that
in
is
one place?
That is Linktree.
Linktree?
I just added it to my profile.
I'm gonna have to try that one out.
Yeah, that's so that you can have a link on TikTok and a link on Instagram that'll link to everything else you're doing. And then the other one I was talking about is Hootsuite. And that's the one I use to link my post and pre-schedule my post. So that I can sit down and no matter what it is, my old marketing formula was I'd sit down and I'd do the tarot of the month and literally pull a card for every day of the month and post it. And it would hold it and then post it to all my social media. And those are still running because I'm working on some different marketing and, you know, we'll see how that goes.
That's a neat idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could do something like that with my bar deck and I wouldn't be stepping on anybody's toes.
Exactly. You would have to take pictures or scans of your bar deck and then sit down and pull a card a day and then post the picture, do the definition or your interpretation of it, and then up it goes.
That's pretty neat. That's actually really like that's on Hootsuite?
Hootsuite, yep.
TOOT?
Hoot like the owl, sweet.
Hootsuite.
Yep.
I don't know why through the camera I keep hearing toot sweet, like the you know,
it's my twang.
It could also be my speaker.
Possibly. The other thing is you have to decide on your business colors.
Green. Definitely green is one of them because like my logo is the three-eyed turtle.
Right.
Madame Tortuga, which is actually based off a real turtle. I had this turtle. I found her on the side of the road on her back, and her leg was all messed up. So I took her to the vet and I took off the leg, but then she ran away. My 3-legged turtle ran away.
Aw.
I was very sad. She did stick around long enough to get the stitches out. And I swear to God, I'm like, look, just stick around long enough to get all the stitches out. If you take off after that, I won't have a problem with it. I swear she took off the day after that. She got her last stitches. She said, I'm gone, bitches. 3-legged turtle ran away.
Aw. And it happens. The animals come into our lives for a period of time and a phase, and then they leave.
They do. It was sad, but she's the inspiration for my logo.
Cool. That needs to be on everything. Put it on your photos, down in the corner. Put it as your watermark on YouTube. You want to make sure you're branding everything.
It is on my Facebook because it's my. If you look at anything I do as Dottie the Psychic, it pops up. You can see my little turtle. It is the watermark on my YouTube videos.
Yeah. Because this is what has happened to me, and I've had to throw out 3 cease and desist orders. People will go through and download something from YouTube or Facebook and then repost it up as their stuff. So now everything that comes out has my watermark on it somewhere. Like, this is a PCSN, it's got the PCSN logo up in the top. Because,
oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about, though. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad out there. I didn't realize how bad it was until I was watching. It was a pimple popper video. I know it's gross. I know it's gross. We're looking over that because I love them. But it was a pimple popper video. They all started putting their logos on their nails because people would straight steal it. Like, I was watching a compilation of these one time and recognized one of the more popular pimple poppers. Crazy, but it's true.
It's true. It's true. These are things that go on. Now, what do you got to work with now that you didn't have?
Well, I'm definitely going to work. The Hootsuite and Linktree are 2 tools I didn't have. The Keen I have not. You told me about before, but I haven't looked into.
Yeah.
Definitely breaking down the time, which I will definitely have to work in time to work on the videos, but just to look at it as, blocked off like that, those are hours I can work on Dottie the Psychic.
Well, not only that, but just make them open for appointments.
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't no big deal if you don't. For me, if I don't have an appointment, great. I can work on my newsletter for my Patreons. I can work on videos for my YouTube. I work on other stuff.
It's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, it's daunting, but this whole thing's been daunting. I can't seem to put Dottie the Psychic down, so I might as well go all in.
Well, you don't go all in. Don't go, walk into the office tomorrow and say, you know what, I'm quitting. I'm going to go do psychic for a while.
Well, no, I got to have 3 months of pay ready to go either,
Yeah, that doesn't work. That's why, I was like, if you're going to do this, here is a business manifesto. And I redo this every 6 months, my business manifesto, with my statement, my goals, what I'm going to do, and then I look at the money part of it. Am I making my bills? Are my bills behind? How many readings that month do I have to do to make my bills? And see, I take it a step farther. I take it a farther as in, okay, I also work network. And when you get there, you'll have to figure out how many minutes you need to talk that. Because they're not going to come in 15-minute readings. I have 5-minute readings. I have 2-minute readings. I have 35-minute readings. So I know how much I need to make each day.
Right.
On that network. And I rock it.
Do they let you advertise yourself?
All over the place.
Okay, yeah, because that was one of those things, because when I told you when I did the psychic hotline before, it was shady as shit.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't advertise my name on it.
No, Keen is not shady. They will upright tell you, here's a link, here's a call button, here's this. Click for advisor, which runs Bob and runs Wispy. Same thing. Anywhere that is reputable will look at you and say, use your name and advertise the hell out of us.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind advertising that, kind of site.
Right. Well, and this is why my business model works. You can book an appointment and you get a cut rate. You go on the line, you're going to pay a premium rate because I have to pay the network out of that and the call fee out of that. So it's a premium rate, but it's on demand. I sign on, you need a reading, we click together. That's why I have both models. It's because some people can sit there and plan out their day, plan out their week, plan out their year. I've got people that have standing appointments 6 months in advance. I know on September the 13th, I'm going to have a 1-hour reading with this person. Right. It's already in my calendar. It's already booked. Done.
Makes sense. Yeah, because I know that actually, you know what? I've actually gotten a lot out of this. I really appreciate this, Aeson. I really do.
I enjoy helping small businesses and helping people get to their goals. You have to have a goal in mind. Yours is to have 3 months worth of income in the bank so that you can quit your day job and really go after your passion. And I know that the hot thing right now is YouTube. And that's awesome. But your main focus, Dottie, is readings.
Yeah, that's where the money is.
Not
Which
only
would
that,
support my YouTube channel.
which will support your YouTube channel. You know, which will support the other creative things you want to do. It's like me. I love podcasting. I love being on camera. Readings make me my money. I can come sit down for an hour or two and talk.
Have you made any money from like merchandise or anything yet? Like, have you made that jump yet?
I'm looking for merch that I can create and have control over, and the people get good shit. Like,
Right.
I'm probably going to be contacting Killer Merch.
What do you think about Teespring? I know that's the one that
I'm looking at them. My thing is I own a bear. One of my podcasts is a bear podcast. I need a place that has a 6X.
Yeah.
I don't care about having a 6X. I need a place that has an extra small and don't care about having an extra small.
Right.
You know.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of those places, they print them as their order.
Right. But if they don't carry the sizes to be size inclusive, I can't be there.
Right.
I mean, come on.
You know, there has to be some level. I don't know. I guess as influencers, we bear some sort of responsibility. So we definitely will try to find something that's
responsibility.
Huh?
That ain't responsibility. That's looking at my demographic and looking at my themes. I own a bear podcast that is designed and its demographic is for the gay bear community. So, it would do me no good as a business to have merch that won't even fit their thigh.
Right. Yeah, they're probably not ordering a whole lot of smalls.
No. But on the other spectrum, I have a really kick-ass psychic show. And sorry, some of my listeners, I can pick up and throw up on my shoulder. They're so tiny. So I've got to find a place that has that demographical spectrum. And then I've got to find a graphic designer that'll do what I want.
Right.
Okay.
I know a couple graphic designers. I keep trying to talk them into getting back into their art. I'm like,
well,
you can find.
They keep doing what you told me. 2 months. No, it's been 2 years now. When you got your divorce, you're like, I've got to get a 9 to 5. I can't make a living at this. And I'm like, yeah, you can. You just need someone to look at you and go, girl, what do you want? What do you really want?
I really want to be Dottie the Psychic. You know what? It's funny because this is my exalted form. Like, this was almost like this character. I've almost become the character I've created.
Uh-huh. And that happens when you're in drag long enough.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just entirely, it did start as drag, but it also started like, it started off as being the person that I wanted to be, not just the show,
mm-hmm.
but also like that whole outgoing nature I've created, because when I was back in Jackson County,
uh-huh,
it was kind of a nightmare. Things were not good.
Right.
And I started acting in ways that were not me. They were not who I wanted to be.
Right. And now you got to go and discover who you want to be and put it into action. And, the words I can't don't exist in the psychic dictionary.
That's true. I mean, I've come a long, long way. You remember when I came in and got the reading that first time you're like, towers. I'm like, yes. Towers, yes. That's
yes,
exactly
towers.
happened.
Death cards. Oh, 3 of hearts. So, how was the divorce? Like,
Going well. I tell you what, though, like, this whole process has really, really made me sympathetic towards trans people not wanting to hear their dead name, because every time I get a piece of mail that has my old name on it, I cringe just a little bit. Every time I have to go and every time I have to go pay my student loans, I'm like, I need to change that. I need to change that. Ugh. Like,
yeah, I'm very familiar with that emotional stress. All right, guys. Unfortunately, we need to wrap up. It's been great talking with you.
it has
You've
been a
got
lot of
a
fun.
to go film.
Yep. Oh,
Yep.
cause of the month.
Cause of the month. All right, you're
Amnesty
going to have to
International.
read it because your camera ain't picking it up that well.
Okay, it's Amnesty International. Like, there's the candle, and it turns into, and it's barbed wire that turns into birds because it's a human rights group. They like, if you go to their website, they got all the human rights violations going on right now. Like, there was like 6 or 7 rows of four columns, and you could pick which thing you wanted to stand up against. Like, if you wanted to sign a petition, or they have a whole thing just for, domestic abuse, gay rights in other countries. I'm like,
and by the way, everyone that's watching this that may not be psychic but was trying to figure it out, you take whatever your item is or items and then divide that by how many bills you got to pay. And don't forget your merch.
right.
All right, everyone. See you later. Go check out her cause of the month. Her channel is in the comments. Go subscribe and watch this new video on death.
Safe travel and much profit to you.
Have a great one. Bye, y'all.